BJP MLA convicted for kidnapping and raping a minor. Well, he's been let off now. That's right. The Delhi High Court has suspended the jail term, which was a life sentence of Kuldeep Singh Sengar. This in the 2017 Unnao rape case. The court has granted relief subject to, of course, certain conditions. This includes movement restrictions and regular police reporting. He has been barred from entering a 5-kilometer radius of the survivor's Delhi residence or threatening her or her mother, warning that any kind of violation would cancel his bail. Well, Sengar's sentence has been suspended by the High Court till the pendency of his appeal challenging his conviction and sentence in the rape case. Meanwhile, the victim's mother has been devastated by the High Court's decision. Protesting near the India Gate, the victim as well as her mother were asked to leave. The victim's mother, they said that they fear for their life, for their family's security, and that justice has not been delivered. Times Now has spoken to the Unnao rape victim and her mother.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने मेरी सुनवाई नहीं किया, उनको बेल दे दिया। मैम, हाई कोर्ट ने बेल दे दिया है सर, तो हम बैठेंगे नहीं। मेरा पूरा परिवार खत्म कर दिया।
मैम, आज जो दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट का फैसला आया है उस पर क्या कहेंगे?
मैम, दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट के फैसला पे हम खुशी नहीं है मैम। एक विधायक को मेरी बेटी के साथ रेप की, वो विधायक को बेल मिल रही है मैम। हम खुशी नहीं है मैम। जब तक का हमका न्याय नहीं मिलेगा, जब तक का हम यहाँ पे उठेंगे नहीं मैम। ठीक है, मेरे पति को मार दिया, मेरे देवर को जेल में करा दिया, मेरी सिक्योरिटी, मेरे छोटे छोटे बच्चों की सिक्योरिटी भी हटा ली है। इनके वकीलों ने कहा कि मेरी सिक्योरिटी हटा दो इनके परिवार की। मेरे बच्चे छोटे छोटे मारे मारे फिर रहे, मेरे बच्चों की सिक्योरिटी सीआरपीएफ की जवान की हटवा दिया है सर।
Meanwhile, big breaking news which is coming in. The outrage continues over the Unnao case order which has come in after the convict was granted conditional bail. Well, Times Now has accessed the order copy. Why the court suspended Sengar's sentence is now understandable. The court has said that Sengar cannot be categorized as a public servant and aggravated POCSO offence was not made out, is what the sentence, what the order says. In fact, let me go across to Dipankar, who's joining us, the legal correspondent, who's going to explain to us what exactly the order copy says. Dipankar, there's outrage across the length and breadth of the nation that this man's life sentence has been put on suspension. You must explain to us what is the justification, the rationale given in the order copy.
Well, yes, in the order copy, the Delhi High Court has suspended the sentence of Kuldeep Singh Sengar on the point that he cannot be categorized as a person, as a public servant under the POCSO Act, which under the Section 5 of POCSO Act or under Section 376 of the POCSO Act. So it's very clearly that it has been stated that under Section 376(2) and Section 5C of the POCSO Act, he cannot be categorized as a public servant. The court, and I quote from the order copy, the court has said that it is of a prima facie view that for the purpose of suspension, the appellant cannot be brought into the ambit of the aggravated penetrative sexual assault under Section 5 of the POCSO Act, punishable under Section 6 of the POCSO Act, or under Section 376 of the IPC, which provides for punishment of imprisonment for the remainder of his natural life. Taking that into consideration and applying the law that stood before the amendment, the POCSO Act, which was before it was amended in 2019, the court had observed that the minimum punishment that a person could be given under Section 4 of the POCSO Act was for a period of 7 years. And taking that into consideration, it said that since he has completed a sentence of 7 years and 5 months, he cannot be kept in the prison for any further period of time. So this was the rationale that the court has given while suspending the sentence of Kuldeep Singh Sengar in this entire case. But it has also put in a caveat that his suspension is only subject to the outcome of the appeal which is pending. That is where he has challenged his conviction under the POCSO Act and in this entire case. If the appeal comes out in the negative, which is against Kuldeep Singh Sengar, then this might also change. But we'll have to we'll have to see as to what comes out in the appeal which is pending before the Delhi High Court. But for now, the sentence has been suspended, and it has and his life imprisonment has been curtailed, and he will not be released, however, in this entire case, as another case is also pending, which is regarding the death of the father of the victim. So he will remain in prison, but we'll have to wait and watch as to what further happens in the appeal that has been lying before the Delhi High Court, where he has challenged his conviction in this entire case.
Well, in fact, do stay on with us, and we'll keep coming back to you for more updates. Meanwhile, there is more breaking news which is coming in. The court has also imposed, as we were telling you, certain conditions on Sengar. Yes, his life sentence has been put on pause, but what he has been told by the court is that he will have to furnish a security to the sum of 15 lakh rupees with 3 sureties of this amount to the satisfaction of the jail superintendent. The sureties must be of residents of Delhi. The appellant is also directed not to come within 5-kilometer radius of the residence of the victim and her family, and this is going to be very, very critical, because he's essentially been told that he cannot go there to threaten the victim. Let me go across to Kritika. Kritika, yes, there are certain riders which have been added, but even the court has accepted that, yes, indeed, once he's out on bail, he may just be a threat to the victim and her mother, who are currently in Delhi, something that they themselves have been saying, that they fear for their life if Sengar is out.
Well, yes, absolutely. In fact, not just their own lives, but for the lives of the extended family as well. Remember, the father was in fact jailed up on a complaint that was filed by Singar's men. He also later died in police custody. Another uncle has also suffered the same fate. There are 2 aunts also who met with an accident when a truck collided with her vehicle, wherein her advocate, wherein the Unnao rape survivor, her advocate, as well as her aunts were also traveling. So this is, there has been a history of, in fact, attacks on the family, and this is why they are very rightly fearing for their safety as well. More than that, when we just spoke to the survivor's mother also, all she had to say was how this is unfair, and not only to just their single family, but also to all the other young women and even girls who will be a victim of sexual assault and would have to see the perpetrators then walk out and enjoy bail. This is what the survivor's mother has told to us on Times Now when we spoke to her very recently. They were yesterday at the India Gate protesting on these very points, that their life isn't safe if Sengar is out, and that this is not justice. They've called this injustice of the greatest kind. In fact, her mother also termed the judgment as a betrayal of their faith in the judiciary system as well. They said that these 2 judges of the Delhi High Court have betrayed us. This is what the mother has told to us on Times Now. And of course, they're very distraught. They will be planning a further, in fact, a sit-in protest as well today. Around in a while shortly. We're also following their convoy as they're being escorted by the CRPF forces currently. But both the survivor as well as their mother absolutely distraught after this order, wherein the public servant terminology has now come to light, that is the reason why the suspension of life sentence is also coming up. So that will also have to be seen, what her lawyers also have to say further as far as this observation stands, as was made by the Delhi High Court. But currently, both the survivor and her mother, they're not keeping shut as far as this order is concerned, because even today they're planning to have a protest, the location of which will be released shortly, because there are a lot of permissions also involved as far as the CRPF escorts is also concerned. We saw how yesterday, last night only, when they were out on protest, the same women who are under police custody were also being dragged and detained by the police, which is again very baffling to witness as well. And this is what the family is also going through. Repeatedly, they have been threatened. This is something that the CBI had also noted in their affidavit to the court as well, that there is a threat, and that is why Kuldeep Singh Sengar, the former BJP MLA, is also not allowed within 5-kilometer radius of her, and also not allowed to go back to Unnao, where he has served as the MLA, where he does enjoy a favor with a lot of party workers as well as localites as well. They have always consistently maintained that there is a threat to their life, which has also been showcased, as they have alleged, in previous occasions as well, at previous skirmishes that have happened between her family as well as the supporters of Kuldeep Singh Sengar. And that is the reason why they're completely distraught as far as this order is concerned of the Delhi High Court, which is suspending the life imprisonment that was granted to Kuldeep Singh Sengar, albeit he's still in jail facing conviction of another case as well. Over to you.
Well, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of outrage over the way that the victim, when she was protesting yesterday, was dragged and asked to leave the protest site. But as Kritika tells us, she intends to fight on. In fact, even the victim's mother has said that they are going to go to the Supreme Court as well against the High Court's relief to Sengar. But remember how on 13th of December, years ago, Nirbhaya rape case had also taken place. That too had shaken the entire country's conscience. Now you have Nirbhaya's mother, Asha Devi. She's come out slamming the High Court's order on Sengar. She says that the court should have taken cognizance of the gravity of the crime instead of betraying the victim. Watch this.
जी बिल्कुल आ सकता है। ऐसे फैसलों से तो सामने आ रहा है कि कई बार हमें देखने को मिला है कि हाई कोर्ट से लोअर कोर्ट, दोनों कोर्टों में फांसी की सजा सुनाई गई है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाके उनको पूरे के पूरी बरी कर दिया जाता है कि ये तो पुलिस की गलती थी, तो आप पुलिस को जांच के लिए उनको बुलाइए, उनको सजा दीजिए, उनको अरेस्ट करिए कि कुछ भी हो सजा विक्टिम को मिलती है, क्योंकि अगर ज्यादा दिन केस चल गया तो भी उनको ही फायदा मिलता है। 2-4 साल जेल में रह गए तो भी उन्हीं को फायदा मिलता है। तो जो ये हमारा कानून बना है, जो भी कानून है जिसके सहज ऐसे चीजें हो रही है, ये सारे मुजरिमों के लिए बनाया गया, क्रिमिनलों के बनाया गया, विक्टिमों के लिए कुछ भी नहीं है। तो हम तो यही कहना चाहेंगे कि ऐसा सख्त कानून होना चाहिए कि जो भी रेपिस्ट है, जो भी बलात्कारी है, इस केस में तो रेप, मर्डर, जो भी कहिए सब कुछ हुआ है।
Well, in fact, now the opposition too has launched a blistering attack in the way that the victim was treated. Watch this political war of words.
निश्चित तौर पे ये बात बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है, और चूंकि बीजेपी के आरएसएस के फूफा मामा लोग बहुत जगह बैठे हैं, ये फूफा होंगे, कोई उनके रिश्तेदार होंगे जो उन्होंने उनको सब कुछ कर दिया। अब सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये है कि चाहे वो मीडिया हो या और भी जिम्मेदार लोग हों, वो इस मैटर को कितना हाईलाइट करते हैं। क्या रेपिस्टों को उनकी सजा, हत्यारों को उनकी सजा कोर्ट के द्वारा माफ होने पे कोई ट्रायल चलेगा? क्या ऐसे लोगों के खिलाफ कोई ट्रायल चलेगा? ये वही कुलदीप सेंगर हैं जिन्होंने मीडिया के लोगों को भी धता बताया था, तब जब वो जुर्म कर चुके थे और अपराधी बन चुके थे।